I wanted to talk about the SAVE Act. I don't think people understand how important it is that this gets passed. It's already been passed in the House, but the Senate is the one that's holding it up. Um, there are some Republican senators like Mitch McConnell, Lisa Murkowski, Tom Tillis. Um, and I believe there's a couple more, but I can't remember their names right now. Anyway, they're holding it up. Um, and Thune, John Thune, he's uh he's making excuses to not bring it to the floor, and I think it's stupid, really, really stupid. The Save Act, all we need is voter ID. I hear these Democrats saying, well, what if you're a woman and your last name is different and you got married and you don't have the same last name and blah, 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 blah. Women, come on, we're not that stupid. Okay, Democrats, we're not stupid. We know how to get our names changed after marriage. Um, when I got married, all I had to do was get my marriage certificate um, and take it to the Social Security office, get my Social Security changed, my number or my name on my Social Security card, and then I went to the DMV and showed them my Social Security card, my marriage certificate, and got that changed. Okay, that's how easy it is. Anybody can do it. If you need to go in for a driver's test, you go to the DMV. If you need to renew your license and take the test again, you go to the DMV. Um, if you are applying for a Social Security card because you lost yours, you go to the Social Security office and get it. So it's not like it's hard, okay? And a lot of things are done online now, so check that out in your state. Um, Now, the problem with a lot of these Democrat states like California, Arizona, the governors pass laws that say that, and this has been going on for a while, they gave illegal immigrants, illegal now, they're not legal in the country, they gave them driver's license. The DMV allows them to have driver's licenses in California and Arizona. Okay, so it's easy for them to vote because they have a driver's license, which is an ID. Um, and I don't think a lot of people understand that or know it. So yeah, that's a problem because if they go into to vote, all they got to do is show their driver's license, right? And they're like, yeah, I got a driver's license. I'm gonna vote, even though I'm from, you know, Pakistan or you know, El Salvador or whatever, and they're illegal. So that's a problem there. Um, and that needs to be changed. I mean, California, I'm from California, so there are a lot of really crazy things that go on in California that allow a lot of illegal immigrants that that don't have any right to vote. Um, they don't even have a right to have a driver's license. A driver's license is a privilege, not a right. Everybody learns that when they're younger, when they get their driver's license. Everybody knows that. Um, as far as these people not bringing it to the floor, John Thune, which he's a Republican, he says, oh, we can't bring it to the floor. We don't have enough votes. He also says, and it's because of the filibuster. And it's just a bunch of excuses that he can make um, decisions on. And yes, we do have some senators, like the Republican senators I mentioned, they are against it. Now, you got to think, Now, why are these Republican senators against it? That's a little bizarre, don't you think? Wouldn't we want, I mean, the Democrats are totally against it, but we have enough Republicans that are for it. And what is it? 80% of the people in America want it. They want voter ID. They don't want a whole bunch of, illegal people voting. And I don't care what people say about the Social Security. Oh, they pay taxes. No, 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 no. You got to think how it works, okay? The Social Security Administration is the one that issues Social Security numbers, okay? If you come on a visa, it's temporary, and you get a Social Security if you get a work permit, a number, and you pay taxes that way, okay? If you got a stolen or a dead person or a made up number, like in California, I used to work in human resources, and we couldn't question it even if it looked completely fake. And I've seen a whole bunch come that sent in applications with the Social Security. I couldn't even tell you that the card itself. I mean, you know how it's got those pillars on it, those not pillars, those columns. There was one person actually had them drawn in. I mean, it's anyway, and we couldn't question it. we had to take it to allow them to work. And well, anyway, the weird thing about it is the Social Security Administration. Okay, that's federal. They issue these numbers. So when these illegals use dead people's numbers, it's not flagged. When they use a stolen person's number, it's not flagged. When they use a fake number, it's not flagged. How in the world are the Social Security Administration taking out taxes from these numbers? Okay. Makes me think, wait a minute, is there like some sort of shadow Social Security system that flags it on their own and takes that money out and puts it there instead of in the real system? I mean, because if somebody stole my Social Security number and they're using it to work, I should be getting information about that. Or at least, when I get my, at the end of the year, it's going to tell me, hey, you made this much. And I'm wondering, wait a minute, no, I didn't. Well, it should be flagged because somebody's using it, right? Nope, doesn't happen. Fake ones. Now, if Social Security is taking out taxes from a fake number, where does that money go? If Social Security is taking out dead people numbers, where does that go? So, when you die, the Social Security office is supposed to deactivate your number. Well, if they're taking out, I mean, everybody knows how numbers are issued. If you know about billing and all that kind of stuff, you have an invoice number. You have, it generates numbers. If the Social Security office generates numbers and issues them out, and here they're getting numbers that are coming from the sources that I just told you about, dead, fake, or stolen, okay, why aren't they being flagged and said, this isn't right, we can't do this? There's so many crooked things that are being done to allow these people to work. So when you hear the argument, well, illegals, they pay taxes too. Yeah, well, that argument falls down because then it brings up, well, how are they doing that? Because if they pay taxes and they're not getting anything back, how does that work? Because they're saying they pay taxes and they don't get, money back at the end of the year. They just keep paying tax. Where does that go? You got to think about that. Anyway, there's so many different states that have so many different rules that you got to look into. Not each state has their own policies and stuff, so you got to look into that. It's not all the same. So anyway, yeah, the Democrats have made it very, very easy to vote. They've made it very, very easy to collect shadow money. And we gotta like start asking questions about this, because even if we have the voter ID, I mean, like I said, Arizona, California issues driver's licenses to illegal immigrants. Okay, so that's an ID. So we got to figure that one out too. But as far as, voter ID, you're supposed to, if you get an ID in this country, you have to show your status. These people are not showing their status. They just go in there and say, "Hey, I need a driver's license." And they take the test, whether it be in Chinese, Spanish. I mean, everybody knows when you go to the DMV, how many different languages is it in. And all they got to do is take the test. If they, pass the test, then they get their picture taken. They're issued a driver's license number. All their information's on there as far as where there's, their address, the whole thing. And they can vote. So that's a problem. So we got to ask ourselves these questions. Anyway, that was on my mind. I wanted to talk about it, and that's it.